What up, y'all? OG Skate John's here. Just checking in, doing another video. This one's gonna be a little bit different than the stuff I normally do videos on. This is actually a shoe that I'm, haven't really been that into. But there seems to be a lot of hype around the technology and stuff, and people are saying skate shoe of the year and all that. So, you know, if nothing else, I needed a new shoe for work that's comfortable. So I figured, you know, it's release day for that shoe. We're talking about the Numeric 933 Andrew Reynolds. So we're gonna go pick up a pair from my local skate shop, and see what they all about. So stick with me and we'll get back at you. Yeah, so we have arrived down in town, Portland, Maine, where I live, and walking down to the local skate shop, Motion Skateboards. So if you guys want to give them a look on Instagram, they are at MOCEAN Skateboards. Motion Skateboards on IG. Want to give them a shout out for letting me reserve these earlier. Actually, I called in and see if they could hold a pair for me. So we're gonna go see what's up.
Pretty similar to what you're wearing.
Yeah, guys, so we just picked them up. Yeah, y'all, we got them. We got them. We got them. All right, guys, we back. So it's the next day for me now. It's Saturday. I didn't have enough time to record a video yesterday because I had to go to work and all that, but we're here today. We're gonna pop out these Reynolds 933 Numerics and just talk about them a little bit, let you know my honest opinion, you know, just be real. So let me grab the shoe real quick and we'll take a quick look at it. So these have, from what I understand, like a double layer foam. There was a lot of research put into these, from what I gather, a couple of years worth of it, where they had like even like Andrew Reynolds worked very closely with the designer. I mean, more than I've seen. He put a lot of input into the shoe, exactly how it feels and all that. So shout out to Andrew Reynolds. You know, Andrew Reynolds has been definitely one of the favorite skaters growing up and all that. But I ain't just gonna buy a shoe just because of the name that's on it, you know? I feel like these shots of the shoe in the camera is actually making it look better than it really is. Like I say, not a bad shoe. Just telling you my opinion. I know that it might be a biased opinion, to be quite honest. I'll tell you that straight up. Because I've never been a huge New Balance person, even before the whole skate thing. Never been a huge New Balance person, and when I think of New Balance, I definitely don't think of skating. I mean, that's just the way that it is, man. It's not one of them core brands. So about some of the details on this, so you see these little numbers on all these little notches right here. Sorry, trying to get it, probably can't see it too well, but each of these little notches around the edge has a number on it, and those represent, like for instance, one says 78, 87, 95, 98, 2000. So those are all like certain milestones in Andrew Reynolds' life, whether it be, you know, when he first started skating, when he was born, when he got the Thrasher, Skater of the Year, all those types of things. Just certain milestones in his life, which I thought, you know, I like those kind of details. That's kind of cool. The sole on this looks really cool, I'll give it that. You got this little plate, this is super hard right here. Little Primo plate, if you're laying Primo. And then also, thought there was something on the back that was special, maybe not. Oh yeah, right here, this little thing right here, it looks like a cloud. That's another little added detail. I guess his daughter drew that or designed it. So some of those little things that are special for a shoe that, you know, makes it individualized towards the skater, that's kind of cool they add that in. I'll give you that. But we'll pop out this insole real quick. So there's the insole. I will give you, this insole obviously looks a little bit better than some of the basic paper thin insoles that we've been seeing on most skate shoes nowadays. You get this cup on the back, and that ridge around on the outside, it's pretty rigid. Not super rigid, it's nice and soft, but yet it's rigid enough to, like, it's meant and designed so like it'll hold your foot in place so it doesn't slide back and forth. So I think that's super cool. Kind of reminds me, if I'm not mistaken, of the DC shoes, the JS1s, the Shanahans. If I remember right, when I popped out those insoles, I was super impressed because they had this cup, and I think that means a lot. I do think it kind of holds your heel in place. It doesn't slip around as much. So when you're skating, that's definitely going to be a plus. But yeah, that's pretty cool. The insole's decent. And underneath the insole is another one of those little individualized, you know, you got all these numbers crossed off, so that's supposed to represent all the possible numbers of New Balance that they had to work with. And all the ones that crossed off are the ones that they didn't go with, and then obviously they went with the 933, that's why it's uncrossed. I know, like the 8055, obviously Andrew Reynolds is known as the boss, so 8055 representing boss. The 333 was like because he does things in threes, so that's why they threw that in there. I'm not sure of the other ones, but they ended up on the 933, so that's what's up with that. I wear size, there's a tag right there on the, can't even see it on this camera, but yeah, I'm size 11.5. That's my true to size. I went true to size on these. We're gonna see how they feel. You know, it's always crazy trying to figure out your sizing on shoes nowadays. It's all over the place. So anyways, that's the overall of the shoe. Obviously they got that absorb technology right there. From what I understand, like I say, the insole and the midsole, it's supposed to be really cushy, comfy, absorbent. So we're gonna see what it's like. I'm gonna try these on, and I'll let you know my opinion as far as trying them on, and let you know my overall opinion here. All right, so these did come with 2 sets of laces. You got white laces and you got the black laces. As I said, I think the black is the way to go for me on these. I think the black's gonna look a lot better than these whites. These whites just even set off this whole like just basic runner shoe, dad shoe vibe. I think the black will set it off a little bit better, to be quite honest. Because to me, that's what this shoe is. You know, you look at it, it's your basic running shoe. And honestly, that's what I guess they were going with. They went with, what was I gonna say? So they went with, when they were designing it, they went through like New Balance's history of like running shoes and took little things off from each one and kind of added them all into this shoe to make it, and then, you know, put in the skate technology. So at the end of the day, man, it's supposed to look like a running shoe. And to me, I don't know, I just don't know why you really want that. I mean, if I get a skate shoe, I want it to look like a skate shoe, to be quite honest. That's part of the culture to me. So I don't really get what the hype is if you're talking about looks. Because you can go out there and find a million running shoes that look like this. Because that's what this was designed to look like you're skating in running shoes. So that part of it, that aspect, I really don't understand. It's just not my deal. Just being real and honest. You know, you're gonna have a lot of reviews out here. You got a lot of reviews out here on the shoe that's like just hyping it up or just having regular reviews. This is just my honest opinion. As being, you know, part of that skate culture, the look of it just, is it a bad looking shoe as I said? Absolutely not. It's not bad looking, but I feel like it's gonna look even worse once I get it laced up. I don't know. You guys let me know. So we went ahead and laced them up. I went ahead and laced up one of each. One with the black laces. And then one with the light colored off-white laces. Which one's better? What y'all think? Let me know in the comments on which color laces you like the best. I'm gonna try these on, and that way then I can talk more about it and let you know how they feel. So I got them on, guys. So yeah, for me, even looking down at them, definitely black laces is my way to go on these. Just looks so much stealthier and better, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think this stuff kind of looks different on cam than it does in person. But yeah, these black laces is definitely more my style. So there they are, that's on foot. So first impressions on overall feel. I'm trying to just give you my honest opinion. I don't know. To me, they don't feel that special. And this is skate shoe, so you kind of got to skate them to get a real feel. It's been raining here all day. I can't hop on a board right at the moment. Everything's wet and soaked. But I wanted to get this video done, so we're just going to take it for what it is. And I was going to let you know just my overall feel overall of putting them on. God, I don't know. They feel good. Like, they're not bad by any means. But do they feel that great? Like, for what they cost and what the other options are that are out there? Jeez. I'll give you, they feel good. I'm trying to like, they're a little bit rigid, not super, like, you know, they're a little bit rigid type of thing. But I think I've heard that, and that they get better with a little bit of wear, which obviously that's the truth. When you first put on a pair of shoes, you know, in the first few minutes, you can't really judge it off that. But they don't feel like what I was hoping they were gonna feel like. I think once they get worn a little bit, they'll be good. But honestly, am I gonna skate these? Probably not, man, because this just isn't the kind of shoe that I really skate. There's much more, I like my steez, you understand? There's much more steezy shoes out there than these, I can promise you. And there's a shoe in mind that I actually really is my favorite shoe, and I'm gonna point that out here in a minute and let y'all know what my thoughts are on that. So yeah, I know I've held up your time here just showing you the same stuff, so let me get back with you in just a second. Alright guys, let's talk about it. So I know I haven't skated them and all that, and this is built for skating. They even said, you know, this was more about the technology that went into it as far as building a skate shoe that was right on point, versus aesthetically wise. They worried about the looks after they got the other stuff taken care of. To me, it's kind of got to be a a two-part deal though. You gotta have a shoe that looks decent, you know what I mean? You all want to be skating in something that looks fresh, you know? These are just basically some running shoes. I mean, when it comes down to the looks, just, you know, you could go buy any New Balance. They put most of their inspiration off the 900 series on New Balance on these. That's why the 933s, they took a lot of inspiration from running shoes, and then, you know, 900 series on New Balance and all that. So that's why they look basically like that. You know, I don't know what else to say, but I'm gonna be for real. These are 130 bucks. I tell you what, for a price point around that, a little bit less, $15 less, you could pick up a pair of the DC Ascends. This has been my go-to shoe. I think they look great, skate great, wear great, good for everything. This has been my favorite shoe over the past year. When these got released, I was super hype about them. And then when I actually got them, I was even more hype about them. Because I'm telling you, this shoe might be, I mean, it's right up there with my favorite shoes of all time. And that's a fact. Absolutely love my DC Kalis Ascends. Now the reason that I'm like kind of comparing it, even bringing those up, is because, sorry, I got cut off on my GoPro here, but reason I'm bringing these up is because in my eyes, when I first saw these Reynolds, the overall shape, now they're not the same by any means, but the overall kind of silhouette, not really, but kind of, but the overall height and overall like kind of like look with the runner toe and all that, it's a little bit similar, right? It's a little bit similar, but boy, in my eyes, the Ascends does it so much better. So much better. And is the comfort any more so in these Reynolds than it is in these? I don't know. Build quality wise, people want to say different, but I'm telling you what, I think the build quality on the Ascends are great. And you know, I can't really talk too much to the build quality on these Reynolds because I haven't worn them enough, but the overall feel, some of the materials, I put it like this, some of the materials on the Reynolds are a little bit, look like they might be a little better, but then some of the materials on the Ascends look like they might be a little better too. So that might be a 50-50 split. I don't know though. I still feel like this is more solid. That's just my honest facts. It might be biased. I'm a huge DC fan. I have been growing up all my life. I think New Balance, I try to accept it. It's been very accepted in the skate world. I don't think that they build horrible shoes, you know. They definitely are more into the skaters' opinions and stuff and gather up information and put research into stuff, more so than some other companies sometimes. But when I think of New Balance, do I think of skating? It's just not there, man. Like, to me, New Balance is New Balance. New Balance is a running shoe. And the fact that these look like a running shoe and were actually designed to look like a running shoe, that kind of throws me off. It's a skate shoe. Why not let a skate shoe be a skate shoe, right? Why build it off a running shoe? If you want running shoes, go buy running shoes, man. Like, I get it, these are built for skating, so they're gonna perform better. But bring back OG skate shoes, so to say, right? Is the Ascend an OG? No, but that definitely got OG distinction, right? This is a skate shoe. I don't look at these New Balances being a skate shoe. They might skate great. Who knows? I haven't tried them. But I can tell you one thing. This is tried and true. And I don't understand people who are like hate on this, but will love these New Balances. I just don't get it. Because you know, when these came out, what was everybody saying about these when these came out? Oh, that looks more like a regular shoe. It doesn't look like a skate shoe. It looks like a New Balance. Oh, what are you, a dad? Go mow your lawns? And I remember Kalis even put up this joke post where he's out there mowing his lawn and these things, because everybody's calling these out like they were New Balance. Well, guess what? Guess what, guys? Now a New Balance comes out, it looks straight up like a dad shoe, running shoe, and y'all are all about it. I just don't understand that. So am I gonna hate on these shoes? Do I hate them? I don't hate them. I just don't understand where some people's mentality comes in. You know, I just don't understand where the mentality comes in, where you're gonna hate on a shoe that's true OG kind of coming from Kalis. And I think this is a great updated Kalis, right? Takes into so many different things. There's so many different things about it that's like OG styling. But you're gonna call this a dad shoe, running shoe? But then you got these, which basically what it is, and you're gonna be hype about it? Just my opinion. So, my overall opinion of these Reynolds is the hype is real. Do I hate them? I don't hate them. Do I love them? I don't love them. And honestly, I was having bigger expectations as far as the way they feel. Again, they don't feel horrible. And for anybody that's wondering, yeah, they are true to size. I know that always comes up. We don't know how shit's gonna feel, right? So these are true to size. I wear 11.5. These definitely fit like a true 11.5. So get what your size is on these. But that's just my opinion, guys. I don't know why it's so hype. That's me. So anyways, I just want to know your opinions in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling about them. And yeah, I look forward to the next video. And shout out to Motion Skateboards in Portland here, Portland, Maine, for giving me the opportunity to grab these. So we'll wear them. I can tell you one thing, I might skate them once or something, but I'm not going to be skating them on a regular, because if I'm looking down at my feet, I got to be feeling good, right? And these just don't do it for me. They just don't do it for me. They'll be my new work shoes. They'll be comfy enough to wear for work, and that's about what I'm going to do with them. So until next time, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Like, comment, subscribe, as they say. And yeah, go pick up a pair if you want to. Let me know what you think. I love knowing other people's opinions. That's just my honest opinion. Might be biased, might not be biased, but it is what it is, right? So drop them in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the subs. Appreciate the likes. I appreciate the interactions. Love responding to your comments. So get at me with it. All right? Till next time, guys. Peace out.